welcome back.
Well,
It's like we're kind of in the groove. So just excited to dive in. We are day 3 of this beautiful intention of expanding into miraculous self-love. And we are looking at self-love in a particular way, in that it may just be the most incredible bridge to all that we want, right? Maybe focusing on pushing, trying to achieve what we want on the outside. That's not going to be the best approach for many of us that have really found our spiritual path. Maybe continuing to show ourselves first, to fill ourselves with love, supports us in allowing that spirit to move us, to manifest for us, to guide us and nudge us forward. But before we get into some tips and a really beautiful experience today, we're going to call in the light. And I do encourage us all to receive that this is just such a beautiful opportunity to receive, to be present right now.
all right. So just come present in this moment, in this body, in your human body. You can even feel yourself here, your body, your breath, your naturalness of just being where you are in your chair. Maybe you're standing up, maybe you're lying down. So just start relaxing. And we just open up to this great love that we are, the highest love, the highest good, and all that is for us at this time. All the awareness, blessings, healing, letting go. May we realize who we are in greater ways. May we let go of who we're not in perfect ways. And so we open up to seeing things differently, to seeing ourselves differently, to seeing every part of us as a gift, as perfect as it is, learning and growing in perfect timing. And so we bring forward an energy of compassion, of empathy for ourselves, of relaxation. We let go of the pressure of the demands at this time, anything out there in the world pulling on us, anything we think we got to handle or do now, or we got to become. So we just let that all go. And if it comes back in your mind, it's okay. Just keep breathing, keep relaxing. Keep coming back present. And again, we're just after the highest love, the highest good here. And to our greater worthiness, our greater self-love. So it is. All right.
So we're going to dive straight into an experience because we have kind of been planting some breadcrumbs over the last couple of days leading to this beautiful point. It's just an incredible opportunity to start our days in self-love. And I want to really put on the table for your consideration that that allowing ourselves to chat with the spirit, with love, with our heart, and really start to receive what it is that the spirit's calling us more fully in. It may be a dream, a want, that could be so many different things, but really spending time to put ourselves first. I think we spend so much of our life on other people, and I actually have usually a bit of a tussle coming into cooperation with clients about this starting work, because it's not a widely held belief on the planet that putting yourself first is the most loving, the most selfless, the absolute best care of all of your loved ones, and to show up with the greatest amount of loving and caring for others. But if we're not doing what we love, really filled up, how can we show up for others? And when we do show up for others first, in a way that we're empty, we're not actually really taking care of ourselves, but we're maybe doing all of these things for other people, what happens is bitterness and resentment. So this beautiful gift every morning, what the fuck fuck do I want? Is it just, I just want to feel better. I want to love myself. I want to fall in love. I want this business. No matter what it is, how can we give ourselves permission to go through a beautiful process with it? And I do encourage the 5 steps, the Allowing Love meditation. It's just a really easy to do this. But the experience that we're going to have today really is that step 3, and that's what I call lining up with love. But once we've realized something that we want into our feelings, into our body, we just feel it, visualize it, emotionalize it, then let go, be aware of what the spirit brings in, right? The quote that I've used as an encouragement or as an inspiration for today is inspired action comes through the spirit, not through thinking, not through the ego. But how many times is it that we're sitting at our desk at 3 o'clock? And I say this because this used to be my MO, right? At your desk, maybe it's 3 o'clock, you're really not feeling as full and optimistic about the world as perhaps you could be. You're strategizing, you're trying to write that Instagram post, you're forcing and through the mind and the ego, trying to create through that lower vibration. We have an opportunity to really let go, to connect to the spirit, and to let go of holding and having to be the ones that is pushing this, but just to give ourselves permission to experience it, and then just be present. What is it the spirit calls to you? So I'm putting on the table that fucking miraculous and intuitive thing, but your experience is going to be your best teacher. So let's do this.
Right.
So we're going to, first of all, do step 1, which is simply ask for the highest good. And that is just a monumental opportunity to directly connect with your heart, your soul, your universe, your God, your spirit, and ask for the highest good. Hey, if you're listening, and I know you are, I want the greatest love, the most incredible life. Give me the most perfect husband for me. Give me just all that my beautiful heart can handle, all that's for my highest good, more than even I can imagine. That this is what I want. And so now receive one dream. Allow the spirit to pop in for you one dream. And it may be something invisible. I just want to feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. Or maybe it is something in the world, something that you're being called to create or to receive. But just take a little bit of time to receive what that dream, that calling is. And whenever you have that, oh my Lord, just fucking take advantage of the gift that it is for this present moment. You know, little kids, they dream all the time. They're like, I want to be a ballerina. And then they can live the pure bliss of what that is for them to be a ballerina, because it's just all about this present moment. So how can we just fully experience that? We'll have about a minute silence to receive, to feel, to enjoy. And so now it is just a beautiful opportunity that we have to continue to focus on feeling this, to experiencing this. But we're just going to open to anything that comes from spirit. And I will add that it can be really powerful to first put a beautiful dream into Spirit's arms. This is for us to hold and carry and force and effort. Truly, this is a dream that the Spirit's calling us into. So it's all set up. How fully can we know that it is waiting for us? So put that dream in Spirit's arms so that you can let go and feel light, but continue to experience it in this present moment. And then just be aware. I will use some questions in a little bit to maybe guide the flow of information we're asking for from Spirit. But first of all, just keep feeling this dream real and just be aware. Pay attention, watch, observe, listen for the next minute. And of course, feel free to take any notes, write down anything that pops in. And so now, as you just continue to observe, pay attention, just be there, ready to catch those little ideas, inspirations, nudges that get dropped in. You can also put in this beautiful intention for Spirit. How is it that I can continue to show up in this day through this energy, through this experience, through this frequency? So there may be next steps or actions that might really support you in living this frequency, this feeling for the rest of the day. Just be aware of what gets dropped in for you. Take notes as you like. And you can also ask Spirit, set a clear intention of, are there any steps you're asking me to move on in support of allowing, creating, receiving that dream? So are there any next steps? So for the next little half minute, are there any great ideas for us, Spirit, to really lean in, move on this dream? And you can bring that to a close. And take any notes as you feel called. The thing that I do want to put on the table is that our ability to stay present and connected and be in this chat, this dialogue, this dance with the Spirit is a skill. And it's an incredibly nuanced, incredibly challenging one. So if you are new to this work and you're getting pulled off by your shopping list, done the laundry, someone's birthday, Spirit's helping you make sure nothing falls through the cracks. And that's why I love to do meditation. Anything, the Spirit really is a very practical relationship for me. It helps me catch anything that may fall. So that's great. That's a part of it. But it takes some time, some love, some effort, some patience to really be able to consistently just be in this relationship, dialogue, as fully as if you were in person. So it's not an easy adventure, but an incredibly worth it, incredibly rewarding one.
And just, you know, even if we can't find the time always, you know, even if we're just at the grocery store in line, or, you know, when you find yourself, we can still, in a way, be in this communication. It may not be sitting in your favorite chair with your eyes closed, but it may be being present. Maybe you're driving the car, maybe you're just watching your kids play, or whatever it is, but we can just even have a moment of awareness, a moment of that connection with Spirit, with the stillness inside, with the relaxation, breath. I mean, it really comes down to just connect with your breathing, connect with that essential beingness, and let that open you. And it can shift the whole moment and the rest of your day. And then that carries us into the next. And we might find ourselves again distracted, disconnected. And then again, can we find a moment, anything, to reconnect us to that? So as we have the intention to be in this communication, even whether it's in the morning as a practice, or meditate, or just in everyday life, it's going to happen more and more because our intention is from the depth of our heart and soul, in my experience. And it really is rigging our lives in terms of getting there. So it may take time, it may be microscopic, but it's going to keep moving us toward what we want more of if it's a heartfelt intention. So just do the best you can and find the moments, find any way to connect. There's no wrong way to connect to yourself, to your dream, to your heart, to this moment. And there's no, so there's no right or wrong way. We do the best we can.
Amen.
Yeah.
The beautiful experience that I had when I was doing that exercise, and this is often present for me, is that often I am aware of next steps that I can take that that really help me live this dream right now. Sometimes when something comes forward that feels maybe a little far in the future, it can often feel like, well, I can't live that. I can't experience that right now. But in feeling this, I could see, wow, I have opportunities for living this way, for actually showing up in my life. I'm going to do the most fucking vulnerable thing. So what I saw, and I've had this dream before, and it's just the dream that popped in. I'm going to vulnerably share it. So it is to be on like a TED stage, on like on a Brene Brown Netflix stage, and that is also the power that I experience in this practice. In my mind, it's not necessarily about the outcome, but there is a vibration for me that I'm being called into, which is stand tall in my truth, stand tall in my voice, share more, give more, love more. So it actually fucking doesn't matter how that manifests, but it was profound to me as I imagined being on that Netflix stage, as did for Courage to Call, right? I just kind of imagine myself there, and I just imagined the audience connecting, loving, like really vibing and just being in this. And it was profound that I could see, oh, wow, I have so many opportunities in my life to just do this now. I don't need a Netflix stage to be in this energy, this expression of what the Spirit's calling me into. And it was kind of nice to see that doing more live in this way is definitely one of those that have come in as intuitive hits for so long.
And it's so fun.
So I'm so glad fucking here and doing more of it, and just being here to enjoy it.
I do want to add something.
So grateful.
And just with that, you know, mine was kind of I don't remember exactly what it was, but basically anytime we connect to our dream, in my experience, it's going to be some form of expansion. So whenever we connect to our heart, our dream, there's going to be some form of expanding. That's kind of the essence, is this expansion of kind of expanding into our bigness, into our true selves. And so our dream's going to keep calling us that way, no matter what they exactly look like whether it's a TEDx stage or this or that. But it's going to be some form of this. It's like an energy. You can just feel like your arms are out, and like, it's not like I'm this big old awesome powerful but like there's just the truth of who we are that is expansive and free and full and limitless and free to express ourselves and be in the joy and share what's true for us and unabashedly. So in a way, we can just keep connecting to that feeling of expansion and trust that these things are really there just to expand us into who we are.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you get the specific thing. So,
I could go
yeah.
on that vibe for so long, but it really, our egos don't want to hear it, because our ego does think that our happiness is in getting that job, that amount of money, that relationship, that thing in the world. But as we do this work more, and we're aware that what we really want is this relationship inside, this self-love, this happiness, this relationship with the present moment, no matter what is going on in the present moment. We come to see that it doesn't really matter, and using those things that we do want, those dreams, those calls to share, those calls to serve, those calls to learn how fully we are a co-creator, are just fucking great ways to help us keep growing, expanding, challenging ourselves, really continuing to expand out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I can't encourage just everyone to play with a morning practice, however you do. I love doing the 5 steps. I do them every morning. They give me really practical information, but they also just help me feel lined up energetically. Other people may have your own beautiful morning practice. What is important for me is that it's a profound vote of self-worth. I'm putting myself first. I'm putting myself and my heart and my life and my fulfillment first in my life. So whether or not that's a walk with the dog, just connecting, enjoying, or a more formal meditation practice or whatever that is, I just encourage you to see that the self-love, that time, that effort that you do put into yourself pays off in miraculous ways that we can't even wrap our heads around.
And again, if you don't have time, while you're making your coffee, you can be like, hey, what do I really want to feel today? What is that energy I want to feel while I'm waiting for my pour over your, thing to go? I mean, there's ways to make it work. So
yeah. No, oops, we've lost
enjoy
Instagram.
The process.
I will just quickly say that we really have been called to do this because we are launching a 4-month program in a couple of weeks. So if you think, wow, I would love to really live this intentional, expansive, really just fucking rock my life, not for the outside, but for just feeling this consistently, I do encourage you to check it out. There will be links all over our social, but it is just a profound opportunity to be in a group of people that are all challenged, because being a human being is challenging. Being a spirit is
if anyone's not challenged in their life in some way, then they're lying to you.
They're lying. And so being able to show up vulnerably with, I'm doing this, but I'm feeling like I'm walking 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, that's really a part of this process. And being able to be connected with, be seen, be honored, be acknowledged in our huge wins, also in our flaws, really helps us continue to show up, because it is hard to do this life alone. And I do believe that we're not meant to do this life alone. And it wasn't easy for me to start to do group coaching. I didn't want to tell people my dreams. I didn't want them to judge me. But the moment that I did, things did change miraculously for me. So I encourage that some big shifts could be available for you in that kind of a process too.
Yeah, in a way, it's the family we wish we always had. in my experience. And there's lots of ways to have that, but the Allowing Love program is definitely one opportunity. So we love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll
Have
be here tomorrow.
an incredible weekend. We will see you tomorrow. Self-love. Let's do this. I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.